Here we go. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Hello. Good morning.
Have a seat. We were just talking about how you used to do this morning radio stuff, right?
Well, how many forms of energy drink do you have?
Okay, don't even look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is in the morning.
The only thing missing is cocaine.
Oh, wait!
There it is.
Or is it?
You're ready. Oh, you must be high. You have a Chargers banner.
We're the home of the Chargers.
Yeah, well,
pretty impressive, huh?
I wish they were home.
Yeah. Trust me.
You guys, this is a hard year for you.
It's tough, man. You know, I do the pregame show, and you get
like you don't even have to do it. You go.
Yeah, I mean,
in
it
other
writes
news,
itself.
you know what happened.
Exactly, it writes itself. It's brutal, man. Yeah, I mean, we had high expectations going in. You know, like we always
Emphasis
do.
on high.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Yeah.
Well, they were. You know, I'm a Laker fan.
Okay.
Right now, it's rough.
Same thing. You don't understand what we're talking
about. We've been great.
Yeah. Okay, wait a second. You have championships. You know,
several.
Right.
You have enough championships to sprinkle around.
Right.
I grow other championships.
Okay, you don't need to. I get what you're saying. Oh yeah, this guy right here is from Boston, so.
Oh yeah. Well, Celtics, yeah.
Right. So he knows, you know.
One more than us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So what do you think is going on with them right now? I mean, with Dwight Howard, you think with Dwight and all that?
I think that there is Dwight Howard has to learn how to do what Kobe does, which is to be a killer.
Yeah, really.
You can't. He misses. You can't miss that many free throws.
What was it? He hit like 9 out of 20 something the other night.
The Lakers shoot 31 free throws a game.
And we used to think that Shaq was bad at free throws. And now you're like, oh man.
They made me miss Shaq.
Yeah, seriously, right?
No, come on.
But you know, he had the shoulders of the shoulders of a guy, but the head like Beetlejuice.
A little small.
They look like Megatron and a midget had a baby. Oh, can you say midget? I'm sorry.
You can. We're a rock show, so.
You can say cocaine and midget.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a midget on cocaine?
Oh, no, now you're getting crazy.
You're obnoxious, and you can't write anything in Six Flags.
DL is performing at the Madhouse Comedy Club tonight, 7:30, 9:45.
Oh.
And tomorrow night.
Why'd you point like that? Because the black dude
What?
going to do it.
No, I just got to make sure. 9:45, not 9:30, not 10, 9:45.
Black people living in San Diego must have been the Witness Protection Program, right?
Why did you say that? Did he show up?
Just out of the Navy. Because this is so conservative. When I cross the county line, my car tipped to the right. Maybe he is a terrorist. It's like weird.
7:30, 9:45, and tomorrow night, 7:30, 9:45. Of course, Madhouse Comedy Club's right there at Horton Plaza. It's a great club.
Horton Hills at who?
There you go. There you go. So, I got to get your thoughts. All the stuff that happened with the election.
That was so funny.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Well, it's amazing that they were so certain that they were going to win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and when you say they.
Yeah. I mean, you know, people said they.
Oh, okay.
Well, because Mitt lives in Florida.
Right, he does.
And so, and then when they lost, like, well, he only lost because of the hurricane. Well, if that's true, that means even God voted against him.
Legit, bro. Legit.
And then people are talking about leaving the country. You can, seceding the union.
Right.
California would be the 11th largest economy in the world. They need us.
Yeah.
Like, we need Texas for oil and linebackers.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And a couple of hot chicks.
Yeah.
Mississippi, come on, we can do without y'all.
I lived in Dallas for a couple of years.
Great city.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's a different world.
It is.
I mean, if you're from anywhere else and you move to Texas, Texas believes they are their own country.
Right, they do. And we should let them to their own devices. Right?
Yeah.
We only need them for their work.
Right.
But they have, in other words, they have natural resources.
True.
That we need.
Yeah.
Mississippi, all they grow is hate and bigotry. And we can get that from El Cajon.
Great local reference.
Yes.
Great local reference.
Nice.
And it's grown locally.
It is. Right here in your backyard.
Hate from the homeland.
Right. Come on. That's it.
I was in El Cajon. This is just before she was my wife, we go to this place called the Lamplight Inn in El Cajon.
Been there before.
Yeah.
We walking down the street and this dude said, N-word!
Oh, no.
Shut up.
And I went, wow.
Yeah, still happening.
And pulled in. And I was like, I thought this was a nice place.
Right.
But you can't have like hookers and like when you see hookers and like some of the seedy places down there.
Conservatives.
It was really weird, and it was the first time that anybody did it from a moving car, like a drive-by.
Oh.
Weird.
A drive-by slur.
Yeah, it was like, wow. So it echoes.
Oh, and like carries.
That's lingering.
Yeah. Ooh, How do you react when something like that happens?
It was so fast.
You're just like, whatever.
By the time I got there,
I'm gonna go get my drink.
You kind of don't like. I was getting laid, so I really.
Oh yeah.
I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah.
You watch and see what I do.
I hear you.
So that was it. But I actually dig it here.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's a great city. I mean, obviously we live here. I mean, it's,
we
we have to say that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, but
and you're proud of the Chargers.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, they're my team.
Yeah.
Really?
No, man. But getting back to the election, I mean, it was pretty wild. That I have to admit, I'm a conservative.
Of course.
I'm a conservative. The rest of these.
Well, reasonable. Listen, you could have.
Mitt was not my guy.
No, Mitt was nobody's guy.
That's the problem.
Nobody liked him.
Right.
And so I think ultimately you have to. He just seemed like a soulless, vacant dude.
Yes. Very robotic.
Yeah, and people
nothing
are like
genuine.
No, and I think that's the problem. And I think that when lines, know how I knew he's losing. When they said lines were 5 hours long, you would never stand in line for 5 hours to vote for Mitt.
No.
Like you almost have to bring the voting booth to somebody and say, "All right, I'll do it."
Like we can do it online, maybe.
Right. He's like pizza. You only have it because you can call and get it. Like, he's convenient. And it was just the idea of some of the things like he would just say like, you don't talk about the 47% when they're about to serve you your dinner. Like the 47% of the people who are handing you, you must not have seen the help.
Yeah, right, exactly.
This pie tastes horrible. And things like, and I've met Obama and I've met Romney, and I think that the reaction of the right has made people love him more on the left. Like you see a guy getting bullied. So you jump into. I think if they had just left the president to his own devices, he would have failed or succeeded based on his merit. But I think that when people added all this rancor and animus, that people on the other side came to his defense and make unreasonable defenses, just like they make. He wasn't born here. He's a terrorist. Come on now.
Yeah, the whole birthing thing.
Right. Come on, stop.
Well, we read a study saying that one of the biggest celebrities that encouraged people to vote for Obama was actually Trump. Because of the hate he was spewing, like it actually had the opposite effect, like you're talking about.
And the other effect was when they tried to suppress the vote. And there's no denying that in several states they tried to make it more difficult for certain types of individuals to vote. That encouraged people to vote more. People just like if you tell a woman not to do something, she's going to do it.
Well, no, I'm gonna do it now.
That's right. Good
It's
point.
like with your kids, you tell them you can't go out to that.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna sneak out the window. It's almost a challenge to if they can or not.
Right. And and I think that even we are a better country when everybody's included. Like look at all the core. It was women, gays, it was blacks, it was Latinos. All the others got together and and look at we got 2 states that have legalized marijuana, a couple states that got gay marriage. So now when it says if a man lays with another man, he should be stoned.
Hell yeah.
Different meaning now.
Maybe they had a point.
Right.
The literal translation.
Right.
Who knew?
Right. But I think it's a better place. You can't just have one group of people anymore and run the country. You have to reach out to everybody. And I think for a very long time, a very specific group of people had a very specific way they wanted to do things, and you could get by just appealing to that one group.
And you could feel Mitt talking to a group of people.
Right.
And he's talking about binders full of women and doing all these different things. I
call them hoes.
Yeah. But he couldn't say that.
He was just like, take this stick out of your ass and talk.
Right. Be real.
Right.
That's what we want. Just be real.
I didn't necessarily agree with a lot with George Bush, but he was a real human being.
Yeah. I mean, because he wasn't the brightest guy.
Right. But a real
at least
guy.
He's
a real guy.
Yeah,
you got the sense that he meant what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I think the problem now is that we encourage people. Like when I would see them talk, Obama ain't a saint, but he ain't a horrible man.
No. He's a good dude. You can tell he's
a decent man.
Yeah.
He wants the kid. He hates people. Like, come on, stop it.
Yeah.
I hate people.
Right. Obama's a pretty chill guy.
He's pretty chill guy.
He's not out starting wars and doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Not on purpose.
you start something with me, I'm gonna finish it. But you know,
and then it's dumb to defend him. He has like people get all upset and want to defend him. He got Secret Service. He don't need you.
Yeah.
Taking your earrings out. Don't talk about the president. but it's just when I was at a gig, and I had a gig in Mississippi, right?
Okay.
And this is about 3 weeks ago, and it was when people in Mississippi State were so angry that 400 college kids were just they were just angry.
Okay.
And the election worked the way it has worked in this country for a couple hundred years.
Right.
And that you believe that all of a sudden, because you didn't get the desired result, that is, you're mad.
Yeah.
And you leave in the country.
This is
ridiculous.
where we live. This is the
Right.
process.
Nobody cheated.
Yeah.
Nobody. You lost.
There were no hanging chads.
Right.
Like,
You
come
lost. You spent a ton of money.
on. Did you vote? If you didn't vote, you can't complain either. Like, that's the way it goes.
And then have a group of you can't say things that people say about women and blacks and Latinos and hope that those groups show up.
Right. Yeah. And isn't that the way society is, though, now, DL, with everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah.
And everybody is a winner. And everybody, you know what I'm saying? And so when you lose the election, it's like, well, we don't like that.
Right.
Well, that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Listen,
Deal with it.
If you have a trophy that says participant on it, you are a loser.
Thank you. I agree.
Right?
If you're proud to have a trophy
Thank you.
that says participant,
Yeah.
you are going to work at Starbucks.
Yeah, seriously. And parents, that you're happy about that,
Right.
you're hanging that on the fridge.
Look at him. He came to practice.
Oh, Jimmy, you showed up.
Right,
Good
listen,
job.
hey, that's what the excellence is. When we was growing up, it was one big trophy and a second place trophy.
Yeah.
Everybody got a ribbon
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
because nobody was gonna go to the foundry and make a statue of your mediocrity.
Yes.
Just a ribbon.
Just the greats.
Now everybody.
Right.
It's just the only people that count,
Yes.
and that's society.
And that's okay.
Right.
It's okay to be the best.
Well, and the most dangerous thing about that is when you got the ribbon, what did you want? The trophy.
You're
That
right.
was the biggest thing.
You're right.
But now, because everybody has the trophy, a loss isn't a loss anymore.
Right.
A loss is not something that makes you recognize your weaknesses,
Right.
want to work on it, practice.
Well, you
and
got to
become-
strive for
Right.
better.
Now you go, hey, I got a trophy
We're
for
all
just
the
showing
same.
up.
Yes. We're all the same.
And we're not.
But that's not fact. That's not reality.
No.
But
Even
that's
now,
how people are.
like used to be, like women used to like dudes with dirty hands, rough hands.
Yeah.
Because the jobs.
Those are the hard workers. Yeah.
You knew that, but now if a dude looks like that, you're like,
You're gross.
Working the field?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is probably not good here.
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Right, I'm sorry.
And he's Mexican and has very soft hands.
Oh my
Yes,
FYI.
double whammy. Double whammy.
Conservative.
And I'm conservative.
Right.
Brutal.
They're gonna kill you at the home.
I'm telling you. I don't even go there. I don't even go there.
But now it's all about being able. Like women want a guy who looks like he can take care of her.
Right.
Like it's just all about how society's shifted now. It's not, but the idea that you can't be excellent, and if you are excellent, like I don't like the idea that people who, one conservative tenet is that the rich should pay more. I'm just now starting to give money. I don't want to have to give more of it out now.
Yeah.
But you work hard. You all of a sudden. But I think that there has to be a way where people understand that this country needs sacrifices, and I'm not talking about just financial. I'm talking about the idea of if you pray actively that the country does so bad that they come back to your way of thinking. That is not
Backwards.
a patriot.
That's backwards.
That's like
Thank you.
You're a stalker.
Right.
Like if you love a woman and you break up with her and you go, "Oh, I hope she does so bad, she comes
comes
back
back
to
to
me."
Yeah, right.
You are a stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a bit of
You
a
don't
psycho.
love her.
Yeah.
You can't love something and the willful act of hoping that they
Fail or
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You have to, and that's what is going on. And I've seen it on both sides where people.
Right.
If you don't agree with me,
Well, the country's so divided.
why? Though?
Which is so strange to me.
It's weird.
You know, I mean, if you really look at where we're at as a nation, it's not good.
No.
Like, it's kind of scary. You know, and so, I don't know what's going to bring the country together. I don't know if it's even possible at this point.
Well, I think that you have to, at a certain point, the tie goes to the runner.
Yeah.
You got to say, you know what, I don't.
That's where I'm
all
at.
this vitriol. I hate that.
Seriously, that's where I'm at. With I'm a conservative, like I said, but listen, hey, Obama, you're able to do it. Do it, man. We need it. Like,
but you don't want people not to get married. You don't want women to not.
No,
be able to
I am so not in that group of
It's
people
fiscal.
or line of thinking. Yeah, total fiscal.
Right.
Because if you're gay, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't affect me.
Right.
It's not affecting me, my marriage.
Right.
So do it. If you want to get married, get married.
And if you want to stop gays from having sex, let them get married.
Another great point, you know.
Who has sex with their wife?
I'm trying to remember what that is.
Don't look so disgusted, Theo. Okay, come on.
You're here every day.
You gotta go CTL, man. Before we're at the Madhouse Comedy
CIA
Club.
director?
Madhouse Comedy Club tonight, 7:30, 9:45. Tomorrow night, 7:30, 9:45. What kind of stuff are you talking about these days? Everything is whatever's going on.
I just had my opening act. He's the twin. He's a young comic.
Okay.
And he lives with a 13-year-old. He has his cousin. He's and his 13-year-old. He shares a bunk bed with him. So. That is
you mind if I explain this? Can I explain myself?
You can't just drop that in.
Judging you.
Wait a
You're
minute.
bunking with a 13-year-old?
It's not like
Not like Notre Dame.
First of all,
not like Penn State.
My name's Clint Curley. How's everybody
What's
doing?
up, man?
What up?
Hey.
So here's the thing. All right, when you're the opening act, you don't live in a nice house.
Right,
you gotta get in where you fit in.
You're moving up the ladder.
Exactly. And I have ambition,
Okay.
goals, and dreams. With that being said, my cousin lets me stay with her and her husband and her 3 kids.
Okay.
And there's 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
So the wife and husband got that room.
Right.
The middle child and the youngest one got the other room. And then my cousin, the 13-year-old, has his own room. She says, "Well, you can sleep in there." And it's cool. He just has bunk beds. I don't really like that because I sleep on the bottom.
Oh.
Now,
That's the worst
You
spot.
want a black dude sleeping at the bottom of a bunk bed in prison.
well, this is like prison. This my relationship with this 13-year-old. He's like my cellmate.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Am I allowed to talk about what he really does in his?
He does stuff?
He's discovering his body.
Right. At that age.
Yeah. But the thing about it is when he's discovering his body. When he's discovering his body, though, here's the worst part. When he's discovered his body, he's not just subtle about it. Like me, when I was younger and I used to discover my body, I would try to be as quiet as I could be.
Exactly.
Under the sheets or something.
Yeah.
He's just.
You don't care?
And I'm just like, I'm sitting right down here, right?
But here's the thing: if a guy does that with another guy in the room, he's thinking about that guy.
No.
You can't. You will not.
Like looking for a helping hand, or like what exactly?
You are after willfully thinking.
But
who would do that in front of another?
Here's the crazy part about it. I told his mother because I'm like I can't have anything. I told his mother.
Oh, you ratted him out?
What can I say to him? Like
he's 13. This is what he's doing. Listen, he's where he's supposed to be. You're
intruding on his space.
But here's the thing though. When I told his mom that, she says, "Well, the next time he does it, just get out of the room."
Yeah.
But I'm like, so you're encouraging him to do this?
Yes.
What do you do? We're 13.
Yeah, but that's not. But I didn't have a 25-year-old roommate.
You know why?
And you know what the worst part?
Your 25-year-old roommate had a job.
But here's the worst part, though. I think the problem is kids know when an adult ain't nothing. Like when I was younger, I had my uncle. He lived with us, but we didn't know that he was unemployed and hopeless. We just thought he was just coming to stay with us for a little while. His mom makes it her business to let him know you do not want to end up like this. When you get older. You got hopes and dreams of being a comedian in class. You want to end up like your cousin.
Science project.
You want to be bottom line? There's your one. That's awesome.
Listen, that's why he makes the door in the front.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just doing to myself what society's doing to me.
He's trying to force you out, man. You gotta go. This is gonna be a good show, man. Go see us tonight. Madhouse Comedy Club, 7:30, 9:45 tonight and tomorrow night. Madhouse Comedy Club right there in Horton Plaza. Great seeing you guys, man. Really appreciate you guys coming in.
Yes.
There you go. All right, we're gonna take a quick time out. More of the show when we get back.